Hi guys, this is our Saturday craft ideas. Hi Z. For the week, I have a Facebook Live going, and I also am taping for YouTube as well, so that I can put it up for everyone to see. I literally just ran around the house and grabbed random things. As you can see on Facebook, it doesn't go quite as low. I got stuff everywhere, and I was just running through what can we do with this stuff. So, of course, soon enough, you're going to have empty toilet paper rolls and empty paper towel rolls. My first thought is always creating like a stretch of a marble run, because my kids are at that age where they enjoy that. Stick a car through. You can be pirates, you know, hunt for things. The other thing you can do with these is plant seedlings. The first day of spring is Friday, I think, the 20th. And you can fold up the bottoms of these. Better than that, fold up the bottoms of these, fill them up with dirt, and if you can, you know, peat and a little bit of compost, depending on what your preferred planting mixture is. Put some plants in there. You can even cut it in half and have two, depending on how big your expected plants are. And then put it in a plastic tub like this, or smaller, but this is the closest plastic tub I have, and water them until they sprout the true leaves, and then you can transplant them. So I know we'll be planting, maybe not with rolls, but hey, why not? Why not try it? The other thing you can do with these is you can make little puppets of these. Stick a glow stick in them and hide them at night and cut out like creepy little eyes and go on a hunt for like monsters, if you're into that. There's a million things that you can do with these, a million things. So just think outside of the box. Speaking of boxes, we got a lot of boxes. The farm boys have all their wood stuff shipped to the house. So we get a lot of boxes, and I tend to use, these are actually meat or utility scissors to cut cardboard versus regular scissors. Even my fancy, I won't use my fancy scissors on cardboard. It's not worth it. Not worth it. You can't go back. And you can do a lot of things with cardboard. If you wanted to, you could even start a bunch of plants in cardboard, but you're gonna have to transplant them out of it, and you're gonna need to put this. There's address on the bottom. You put this in plastic, or else the water's just going to drain through and go everywhere. But even something like this, because I don't know if you know, but we're expanding into journals and more paper products. You could make a cool Matchbox notebook. Fold some, I don't think I have regular paper. I think all I have is craft paper. Fold some computer paper up because it's thinner. And slice and dice it and fit it inside. Poke 2 holes at the top and through your paper. So line it up flat. Poke your holes with a nail gently on a cutting board, okay? And then take a needle and stitch it through. Cool Matchbox notebook. Love that, right? You can do a million things with cardboard. Build a fort. If you have enough boxes, you can build a fort. In our group, we have a Sunday challenge. Sunday is our blanket fort challenge day. The person with the best blanket fort wins an internet trophy award. We also have, the guys use this paper wrapping paper. This is great if you want to do painting. If you have acrylic paint and cardboard, you could paint on cardboard. You can use this to give texture and kind of stamp it. So that's awesome. You can also use this for crafting, collaging, decoupage, whatever you want to do with that. In the recycle bin, from the kids still love these pouches. These are actually thinner, obviously, than the thick cardboard. These are fantastic for making journals. Hi, Solon. Nice to see ya. You can cut these up and make journals and books and have the kids make a journal. Print out some Sprocket photos, stick it in there with, again, computer paper, not the thicker paper, and you can make a journal about your vacation experience. So, like anything, like this is, we have fruit cups. This is going to be a little thicker. You can do it with this. better to do it with this. Makes sense. It's going to be a lot easier to punch some holes in this than it is in this. But again, whatever you want to try, I encourage you to experiment with what you have. We have a bigger box. This is a bigger box. You can do whatever you want with this. I recommend spring cleaning. No, I did that last week. We went through all the kids' clothes. But there's a ton of fun that you can have with cardboard boxes. My kids love to decorate them, give them Crayola markers, not Sharpie, Crayola markers, and have them decorate it, and they love that. And of course, who doesn't have the bag of plastic bags? You can make Plarn. That is plastic yarn out of plastic bags. These make fantastic market bags. Make yarn, crochet, or knit it up. And these are waterproof, weatherproof, like everything proof. And it's going to be a lot thicker than just one single bag. So absolutely reduce, reuse, recycle. It takes a little time. I'm going to be honest. It takes a little time to get used to doing it. But once you figure it out, super easy, super easy. And all these bags become yarn for a project, right? What else do I have? In case you're worried about running out of toilet paper, as you guys know, I make these flannel paper towels and napkins. You can sew. Miss Liz was saying that Miss Julie is coming on through Capricho's Books locally. She's going to do a craft along making a market bag out of t-shirts. You could also make paper towels out of t-shirts as long as they're cotton. That's the key. Absorbent cotton. That's why flannel is the best thing for any kind of unpaper towel. We also have these in the Etsy shop. If you run out of toilet paper, order some of these. We'll send you some as soon as I can. Another great idea is a lot of people are having stitch-alongs, crochet-alongs, group projects. Even the quilters are in on this. It's National Craft Month. So everyone had something planned. This is the Stitch Doodle Stitch-along that I'm a part of. I'm almost finished the first week. I have to finish the pink seeds for the strawberries. And then this week we're on to this section up here. That section? Where is... okay, we're on to another section. I can't actually remember what it is. I have to print it out yet. So each week you do a section or a piece of a pattern, whether it's crochet, embroidery, cross stitch, quilting, whatever it is. Each week something is released. So that's pretty cool too. You can jump in on something like that as well. Plastic baggies. If you want to decorate some cupcakes or some cakes and make it a little bit fancier, slop some icing into one of these, cut a tip. If you don't have a particular frosting tip, you can still just snip the end and let the kids decorate the cake in a fancier way. It takes a lot more time, so you get to relax and maybe scroll through Facebook, Pinterest, whatever. Lunch bags. I always keep some of these around. We use lunch boxes, but for field trips and stuff where they're like, you have to have something kids can throw away, I have a bag of lunch bags. These are great. Again, you can make journals out of these. You can my kids still love to do puppets, so you can make puppets out of these, journals out of these. If you saw my quick tutorial about the envelope journal class that we're doing in May, we use something similar to this, and some people actually do use these lunch bags. You can just punch holes through the sides even and tie it up, and just use the lunch bag, paint on it, decoupage over it, whatever you're interested in. Again, paper, cardboard, anything like that can be used for memory making. I'm going to do some tutorials on making some cool little journals later in the week. So this one, I got a little template. You can get templates, you can get patterns for stuff. If you do knitting or crochet, Ravelry.com is one of the most popular. Please give artists money and pay for a pattern if you find one that you really like. If you have a library card, you can get books out on the ebook app. I have a ton of physical books because I was doing research for an amigurumi class, hopefully later this summer. And of course, I have the Shrinky Dinks. So if you have anything like Shrinky Dinks, you can make, like my class in April, pins and charms. So finally these dried. Finally. It took more than a day. So these are some of the charms and pins that I haven't quite finished yet, because I will do the back for the bigger charms, because I did paint on both sides of some of these. I really like how this one turned out. This is one of my favorites. Shiny strawberry seeds. My little tiny planner charm. It says all is well. And I just did all sorts of stuff. There are a few pieces that I have to touch up. Yeah, there you go, unicorn. And then the paint came off my little chicken, so I need to fix my little chicken wing, and then I'll do the back of that. So there's a lot that you can do with Shrinky Dinks as well. You can make necklaces, you can make earrings. Doesn't have to be something super tiny. Have some fun with that. Have some fun with that. If you have Mod Podge, you can make anything. Any Mod Podge, duct tape, you're good to go. Again, I have the tutorial up for the plastic canvas kissers. It's a mouthful today. What else did I forget? Oh yeah, I have stamps. I have kids stamps. It's like in a jar and it's alphabet, but you can make your own stamps. If you have potatoes, if you have cardboard, you can make your own stamps out of cardboard. You'll want the thicker cardboard, like this or like this. And what you're going to do is you're going to cut out a design from one piece. So make a little heart, right? And cut it out. And then you're going to glue that piece to this piece. Why? So that your shape is on top. And when you dip your shape in the paint, it sticks to the shape that you've glued onto back. But you need that back to be able to push down on the paper. Does that make sense? Yeah. So you can make stamps out of anything. Anything. And if you have acrylic paint, you can paint just about anything as well. So I encourage you to let the kids try and explore painting, drawing, no Sharpies, taping things together, of course, with the tubes. Let them build a castle out of the recyclable cardboard. Tape it together, paint it, make little characters, make little puppet shows with your castle. There's a ton of things that you can do. Because I am a Dr. Pepper lover, I have recyclable Dr. Pepper bottles. Cut it in half, wash it, then cut it in half, flip the top around, and you have a planter for seed starting or a small plant like a succulent. It would be really good for a succulent. Make sure you use your succulent soil so that it doesn't overwater your succulent. But these are great small planters. Obviously cut off your thing, wash it, again cut it in half, and then flip it so your spout is down so the extra water can drain into the bottom. Okay? And you can decorate all this stuff. If you have scrapbook paper, you know, you can decorate anything. You could paint on this. There's a million things you can do, but it's really nice to have some ideas when you're feeling stuck. What if you want to do plastic canvas kissers, but you don't have plastic canvas? Well, if you have cardboard and a hole puncher, you can totally fabricate your own little squares. So obviously you're going to want 3 squares that are the same size. You're not going to get the same tension because this is plastic and this is cardboard, but you can still hole punch these, weave in some yarn, and make something super cool and beautiful. You can get artsy. You can hole punch out just a heart and then use your yarn to sew in and out of the heart. And because the hole puncher is so wide, you don't need a needle. You could just give the kids the yarn to sew through. And again, your little Matchbox journal. Maybe you're like, I don't want to sew on the top. I don't have a needle. I don't have a needle that does that. That's okay. If you have a hole puncher, you have options. I love hole punchers. These are great. Okay. Just a note on hole punchers. Do not use a regular hole puncher on your Shrinky Dinks. They have their own specialty hole puncher that is significantly smaller. So these are not interchangeable. This also will not work on cardboard. It's not wide enough. But now you have your own journal. Stick some pages in between, scrapbook it up, paint it. This is awesome if you want to go on a nature hunt and you have a little sprocket or a little photo printer. Make it a little, I think ours are a little bit taller, a little bit wider. And you can stick your pictures from your nature hunt inside your new journal. Super cool. So as you can see, there's a lot of stuff at your house, and I didn't even dive into my craft stuff. I have so much craft stuff just because I do. Years and years of accumulating, right? We'll focus tomorrow on yarn, what you can do with yarn, because there's a lot of stuff you can do with yarn. I don't even think I have, no, I don't even have my little decorative garland, which is one of the most fun things you can do, especially if you have kids, making pom-poms and then stringing it through and creating a garland. So I will get into how to do that tomorrow. Sure, we'll do it tomorrow. We'll do the yarn garland tomorrow. You'll need a yarn and fork and scissors. Everybody pretty much has those. So again, I have this on Facebook Live, but I've also been taping for YouTube. So if you want to share a link, either way. Thank you again for understanding about the postponement of our Plastic Canvas Kisser class. Again, if you are dying to get into it and you are really hoping to make it today, please know that there is the YouTube description of how we did everything, the materials that you need, and the steps that we were going to go through in that video. So it's basically a tutorial just without the personal help, okay? If you need help along the way, holler. I'm going to try and put up some links to some of the different stitch alongs, quilt alongs, yarn alongs that are happening that you can either catch up with or join in. Again, not promoting anything in particular, just giving people options. So let the kids play. Let the kids play. Get involved in playing with them. It really helps kind of keep the mental health status quo. In the meantime, enjoy your vacation. And if you run out of toilet paper, that just means you can make more Marble Run stuff. Sure. Have a great day, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, YouTube.